Have you ever found yourself lost in an endless loop of thoughts? Maybe you keep replaying an awkward conversation, worrying about the future, or overanalyzing a decision you've already made. Overthinking is like a mental prison. It keeps you stuck, drains your energy, and steals your peace of mind. But what if you could break free? What if you could silence that mental chatter and gain control over your thoughts? The ancient Stoics, philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, had the answers. They believed that peace of mind doesn't come from controlling the outside world, but from controlling how we react to it. In this video, we'll explore 8 powerful Stoic strategies that will help you stop overthinking and start living with clarity and purpose. If you're ready to clear the mental clutter and reclaim your inner peace, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another life-changing insight. Now, let's begin. 1. See overthinking as an outside force. Overthinking sneaks up on us like a fog rolling in on a clear day. One small worry turns into a flood of doubts, what-ifs, and worst-case scenarios until you feel completely overwhelmed. It's a struggle that affects everyone, especially in today's fast-paced world where our minds are constantly bombarded with information. But here's the key: your thoughts are not you. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This means that if we want to find peace, we must first learn to separate ourselves from our thoughts. Instead of letting them take control, we must learn to observe them as if they were outside forces, like clouds passing through the sky. Try this simple visualization. Imagine yourself as a strong, immovable mountain, and your thoughts as clouds drifting by. No matter how dark or heavy they seem, they can't shake you. They will pass. Another great exercise is to picture each anxious thought inside a bubble and then mentally watch it float away. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes to detach from negative thoughts instead of letting them consume you. By recognizing overthinking as something external, something that does not define you, you take away its power. You no longer have to engage with every worry that enters your mind. Instead, you can choose which thoughts to focus on and which to let go. 2. Take control by refocusing your energy. Have you ever caught yourself spiraling down a rabbit hole of what-ifs? Replaying the same worries over and over until you're mentally exhausted? It's like having too many browser tabs open in your brain, each playing a different video at full volume, and you can't find the mute button. In today's world, we're expected to juggle multiple responsibilities at once: work, relationships, personal growth, and that pressure leads to overthinking. But just like a cluttered desk, a cluttered mind needs tidying up. The Stoics had a simple but powerful solution: refocus your energy on the present moment. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, put it perfectly. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. To apply this in your life, shift your focus from endless worrying to taking action. Do something productive. Clean your space, go for a walk, or start a creative hobby. Engage in an activity that requires your full attention, like cooking, exercising, or reading. Write down your thoughts. This helps declutter your mind and makes worries feel less overwhelming. When you focus on a task in the present moment, you take control away from your anxious thoughts. You redirect your mental energy into something real and meaningful instead of letting it fuel your overthinking. Remember, Stoicism isn't about suppressing thoughts, it's about managing them wisely. The more you train yourself to focus on the present, the stronger your mental discipline becomes. Over time, you'll find that overthinking loses its grip on you. 3. Embrace impermanence and let go. Let's be honest, most of the things we stress about won't even matter in a few months or years, but in the moment, they feel like the biggest problems in the world. Our minds minds often get stuck in a loop, rehashing past mistakes or worrying about the future. But here's the truth. Nothing lasts forever, not even your thoughts. Epictetus, another great Stoic teacher, gave us this powerful reminder. He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive. This quote isn't just about death, it's about accepting that everything in life is temporary. Think about it. That embarrassing moment you can't stop replaying? Soon, no one will even remember it. The worry that's keeping you up at night? It will pass, just like every other worry before it. One way to practice embracing impermanence is through mental decluttering. Picture your thoughts as leaves floating down a river. Watch them drift away without trying to grab onto them. Or imagine your worries as footprints in the sand. Soon, the waves will wash them away. This isn't about forcing yourself to forget your worries. It's about allowing them to leave on their own. When you let go, you create space in your mind for peace and clarity. Letting go isn't weakness, it's strength. It means choosing not to let negative thoughts live rent-free in your mind. The more you practice this, the lighter and freer you'll feel. Set a worry period to contain your thoughts. Have you ever noticed that worries seem to pop up at the worst times? When you're trying to work, relax, or fall asleep, suddenly your mind decides it's the perfect moment to start overthinking. It's like having uninvited guests at a party. They just won't leave. But what if you could schedule your worrying? Instead of letting it interrupt your entire day, you set aside a specific time just for worrying. Epictetus said it best. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. In other words, don't worry about what others think. Prioritize your own peace of mind. Try this simple technique. Set a worry period each day, maybe 20 minutes in the afternoon. During this time, allow yourself to worry freely. Write down your concerns, analyze them, and let them out. When the time is up, stop worrying. Tell yourself, I've given my worries their time. Now it's time to move on. This strategy works because it teaches your mind that there is a time and place for worry, but it's not all day, every day. Most of the time, when you face your worries head-on, they turn out to be smaller and less serious than you thought. And once the worry period is over, you can put them aside and focus on living your life. 5. Focus on effort, not outcome. One of the biggest reasons we overthink is because we obsess over results. We worry about whether we'll succeed or fail, what others will think, and if our efforts will be worth it. But Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our effort. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." This means instead of worrying about results, just do your best and stay true to your values. Ask yourself, am I putting in my best effort? Am I acting with honesty and integrity? Am I learning and growing from the process? When you focus on what you can control, your actions and attitude, you free yourself from the stress of uncertainty. Success and failure are just outcomes. What matters is the effort you put in. 6. Get comfortable with discomfort. Overthinking often comes from fear of discomfort. We try to predict every outcome to avoid pain, embarrassment, or failure. But in reality, discomfort is a part of life, and avoiding it only makes us weaker. Marcus Aurelius, a great Stoic leader, once said, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." This means life isn't always smooth and graceful. It's full of challenges, and we need to face them head-on. A great way to stop fearing discomfort is to practice it on purpose. Try taking a cold shower to build resilience, skipping a comfort, like your favorite snack or soft bed, to train your mind, doing something that scares you, like speaking up in a meeting. When you choose discomfort, you teach yourself that you can handle it. The more you practice, the less overthinking will control you. 7. Remember that life is short. We overthink because we zoom in too much on small details, worrying about what might go wrong, what others think, or if we're making the right choice. But when you zoom out, you realize that most of your worries won't even matter in a few years. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, said, "We are not given a short life, but we make it short by wasting it." Every moment spent overthinking is a moment not lived. Instead of worrying about things you can't control, focus on the present. Next time you catch yourself overthinking, ask, "Will this matter in a year? Am I using my time wisely? If today were my last day, would I want to spend it worrying?" When you remember that life is short, you naturally start to focus on what truly matters. 8. Talk to someone you trust. Sometimes, when we overthink, we feel like we're trapped in a maze, going in circles without finding a way out. That's because we're trying to solve everything alone. Seneca gave this advice: consult your friend on everything, especially on those matters concerning yourself. Talking to someone can help in two ways. It makes your thoughts clearer. When you explain your worries, they often seem smaller. It gives you a new perspective. Someone else may see solutions you didn't think of. You can talk to a close friend or family member, a mentor or coach, even a therapist or expert. This isn't a sign of weakness. It's a smart way to break the cycle of overthinking and find clarity faster. Which of these methods resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Today's insights are just stepping stones on our journey to wisdom. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us as we continue learning from the timeless teachings of the Stoic masters. Let's grow together.